Good morning. Welcome to worship at Second Presbyterian Church in Indianapolis. We are gathered in this space and via live stream by the one who calls, equips, and sends us in service. We are gathered to worship the one who holds our lives and this whole world in grace and in love. And so all of you, indeed all of us, are welcome to unite our spirits in the worship of God. This morning, we begin our annual 6-week journey through the season of Lent. Lent, you might remember, is a time of self-reflection, and it is also a time to pay attention to the practices that might shape our faith. This year, our theme at Second is learning to walk in the dark, and we're inviting you to consider the practice of digital Sabbath. Now, what does that mean? Just a minute. I had it here somewhere. Simply put, the practice of digital Sabbath is a spiritual invitation to step away from the devices and the screens that dominate our lives, drive our distraction, and generate too much noise for us to hear the still small voice of God, and to step into intentional spiritual renewal. Now, there is no right way to do this, but we do have some ideas and suggestions that might help you start. We have those printed on this piece, which you can find on your way out of worship this morning. But in this season, we invite you to find new ways to look and listen for the presence of God. Following worship this morning, our young adults will gather for brunch, meeting either in the narthex or heading straight to Another Broken Egg at 96th and Meridian. This evening at 5 p.m., we begin a 5-week Lenten worship series on Sunday evenings in room 356, a casual contemplative service with music, meditation, and the sacrament of communion as we learn to walk in the dark together. I am thrilled to share the exciting news that tomorrow the installation of our new organ in Milner Chapel will begin. That means for at least the next 2 weeks, the 8:15 worship service and 11:15 service of wholeness and communion will take place in room 356. That service at 11:15 will be in the chapel this morning, but beginning next week, those services will be in 356. We look forward to celebrating the arrival and installation of that organ in the weeks ahead. Second Act will have their monthly program tomorrow at 3 p.m. in McFarland Hall. If you need to join by Zoom, you can call the church office for the link. Next Sunday, we will celebrate the sacrament of communion in both 8:15 and 10 o'clock worship services. We hope you will join us next Sunday. From March 17th through March 23rd, the Music and Fine Arts Ministry will host contemplative prayer stations in room 356. That's available whenever the building is open. Gives you space to meditate and pray in interactive and holy space. All of these announcements are available on our website at secondchurch.org/events. If you're a guest with us in worship, we hope you experience the warm welcome of the Second Presbyterian Church community, and I invite you all to sign and pass the welcome books, which you will find on each of your pews, and to join us for a time of fellowship and refreshment in McFarland Hall. And finally, this morning, I'd like to introduce 3 guests who are with us today. This weekend, we're hosting the finalists for our Lake Fellow Fellowship in Pastoral Ministry who are visiting us, and I would like to invite them to stand as I call their names. This weekend, we welcome Ann Nelson from Princeton Theological Seminary, Zach Rivers from Austin Seminary, and Sarah Rutherford, also from Austin Seminary. So to Zach, Ann, and Sarah, we welcome you to Second Church and are grateful for your presence. Now let us center our hearts so that we might experience the presence of God in worship.